Good afternoon, Pokesports. It's your host, Mike, and I play with two Pokemon on the field. My friends, today I am showing you a Make It Rain team. You get it? It's because of the rain. It's because of Make It Rain. It's all there in a nice little package. This team was made popular and created by one Ryota Otsubo, who you might know as the 2017 World Champion. And if anything that we know about Pokemon is that the World Champions, they are solid VGC players. So we're going to go in with these lovely Pokemon consisting of a Damp Rock Pelipper, which you don't see too often. Speaking of don't see too often, look at that Drednaw with the Life Orb, right? Clear Amulet on the Palafin, that's something you don't see every day either, right? You got the Amoonguss with a Citrus Berry, a Choice Scarf Hydreigon, and a Choice Specs Goldengo. Now, obviously, there's pretty much only one move that you're going to be pressing on Goldengo with the Choice Specs. It just kind of makes sense. So we're going to go into the battle arena. Let's see if we can pull out some wins using the 2017 World Champions' newest team. Let's go. Okay, so going up against Juliana, who's coming in with the Amoonguss, Dragonite, Palafin, Kingambit. Oh, that's something. An Arcanine and a Sableye. I think that really what we can do is just go for the obvious choice of Palafin and Pelipper. Palafin's obviously going to be fast enough to deal with a lot of these, and I feel like they're going to want to swap out often. However, there is another Palafin on that other team as well, so I don't know if that's actually the best choice. You know what? I'm going to try it. I like Palafin enough, and I think that it's versatile enough to actually hold its own in this meta. So, especially with the Ice Punch, I feel like just against the Dragonite, you want to be bringing the Palafin, right? You get that extra little speed, and have some fun like that. I think I don't need the rain, though. Why would I need the rain right at the beginning? I think it actually might be safe for me to lead with Amoonguss, go with Palafin. Should I be bringing the Goldengo? Let me look at what else is on the field. I don't think Goldengo actually makes too much sense here. So we're going to go with the Choice Scarf Hydreigon. It's got plenty of coverage moves here, so we can just go with that. Then we'll go fourth Pelipper just to bring in the rain once Palafin actually needs it. Because Palafin doesn't need the rain right at the start, right? Palafin just needs to flip turn out. You send out whatever's in the back and you hope for the best. Okay, so if you're ready, please do let us know by hitting that like button down below. We've got Palafin and Amoonguss on both sides. So... Isn't that something? I feel like I kind of have to spore whatever target, except the problem is that Amoonguss it's going to Rage Powder, but that actually doesn't matter because I am a grass type. So why don't we actually spore whatever comes out? And we don't even flip turn with this. What if I just protect? You know, that's something, isn't it? This is kind of why you have the clear amulet on the Palafin, right? So let's go for that. Let's see what happens. We hit protect. Yeah, Amoonguss is going to Rage Powder because it wanted the Palafin to attack into the Amoonguss. However, my Amoonguss isn't going to be touched by that. Oh, the close combat isn't going to work out either. So here comes the Spore. Oh no, they don't want that. They don't want that at all. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, hold up. This is great. Now, what can I do here? I could swap out into Hydreigon. I could swap out into Pelipper. But I think, in fact, the best bet is to start trying to take out the Amoonguss here. And that's just by going for a Clear Smog here and an Ice Punch here. Reason being is I want to start doing some damage to it because it's just going to sit there and Rage Powder me all day, and it can use Spore as well. I don't want my Pelipper or my Hydreigon or my Palafin to get spored, so I might as well just keep it in and do some damage before anything happens. With Palafin's going to go back. Okay. Who we got? We've got Kingambit. That is doable. I am glad that I didn't swap into my Hydreigon. And I can certainly swap into my Pelipper now. Now, here's another thing. I can now go for the Spore on the Kingambit, put that guy to sleep. Swap out into my Pelipper. Yeah, I think swapping into the Pelipper is the right idea, because then I can just go for the Hurricane. And then I'll 0 to hero my Palafin. I love Palafin so much. Can I just say, I love Palafin so much. I think it's such a good Pokemon. It's such a well-designed Pokemon. It deals with a lot of things. I don't think it's particularly overpowered, but it's just a lot of fun to use. Right? It's an element of Pokemon that you don't really have to think about, that you don't try to think about too often. That's going to do a little bit of damage. Oh, and it's going to Clear Smog me. That's not going to do anything. However, I am going to put this Kingambit to sleep. Good night. So here's something. And comment down in the comments if you notice this as well. But I noticed that before patch, I think it's 1.1 or whatever we're on right now, before the current patch, Pokemon's eyes didn't close when you put them to sleep. Their eyes were wide open. Is that just something that they've changed? I think I can just change out of this now, go back into my Palafin, try and soak up a turn of sleep. Yeah, that is what I'm not going to do, because I can swap into my Hydreigon right there. That's just going to get Rage Powdered, and I don't know if I want that. No, it's not going to get Rage Powdered because it has Choice Scarf, and I'm about to KO the Amoonguss with a Hurricane. Here we go. So Kingambit's going to go back. Who am I going to put to sleep now? Nobody, because I'm swapping out my... Yeah, that's perfect, actually. That's perfect. So Palafin's going to 0 to hero. I'm going to bring back the Amoonguss and send out the Hydreigon. And then I'm going to use Hurricane on this Amoonguss. It's going to go down. Goodbye. Goodbye. So who's going to be the last Pokemon there? That's the question. Is it going to be Arcanine? I remember there was an Arcanine on that side. What else can they bring in right now? Regardless, I feel like they're going to want to put something in that can actually attack. Oh, it's Sableye. That actually can't. So, you know. Not exactly. Now, this is Choice Scarved. Terra Steel, Choice Scarf. I don't feel like I need to Terra Steel. I can just kind of go for the... Do I want to go for the Draco Meteor? If I go for Draco Meteor now, I'll do as much damage to the Palafin as possible. Try and take that out. I could go for... Yeah, I'll go for a Hurricane as well. Hurricane's going to do more damage than Helping Hand'll do. So let's go for the Palafin. Let's try and take that out right here. 0 to hero to 0. That's what we want. Yeah, that makes sense. Still, the Palafin is going to be fast asleep here. I don't really have to worry too much about that. It might wake up next turn. So possibly the... No, you know what? The Draco Meteor is going to be just fine because I am Choice Scarved. And then I can go for... Should I even bother going for a Tailwind now? Still, though. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because we have the Kingambit in the back. And we have a Palafin. My Palafin's definitely faster than the Kingambit. That is for certain. Is it worth setting up, or is it worth doing the extra? I think it's worth doing the extra damage, my friends. We're just going to go for the extra damage. So the Draco Meteor is going to take out the Palafin. The special attack going harshly down is bad for my Hydreigon, but I feel like I can just swap it out at this point and not have to worry too much about it. This feels like a pretty good game so far. Sableye is going to use Foul Play on the Pelipper. That's not going to actually matter very much. Now, I feel like I should protect with the Pelipper this turn. Because here's the thing, I can keep out the Hydreigon and go for Earth Powers here. Try and take those out, but I don't think I need to. In fact, I think what I'll do, I'll go for another Draco Meteor because I do have another turn of sleep on the Kingambit at least. And then I'll go for the Hurricane, yes, on the Sableye. We'll just try and take that out. Battle was canceled. Yeah, that was seeming like it was going downhill pretty quick. Anyway, that was a great game one. I need to go and change that trainer card. So you know what? I'm going to go change the trainer card. I will be right back for game two. We're gonna go right back into it. Let's go. Perfect. This absolutely. Oh, it doesn't show the speech bubble. Oh, that's a shame. It does kind of encapsulate how I feel, though. All right, let's move on to the next battle. Okay, next battle up against Irene, coming in with the Mousehold. Okay, Mousehold's on this team. Mousehold, Farigarath, Murkrow, Sylveon, Rotom, and Garchomp. Now, here's the thing. When I see this many Pokemon that do not have fire moves, just, you know, at first glance, that tells me that Gholdengo is actually probably going to be a pretty good pick here. So I feel like going in with Gholdengo and Pelipper works. However, Gholdengo kind of needs the Tailwind to be up, especially because Murkrow is going to be out with this. So I feel like what I should do is bring out Pelipper and then something that can threaten the other team. That being either Palafin or this guy, Drednaw. So let's go for that. And then in the back, we can go for Gholdengo to do the massive steel type damage under Tailwind. And then another Pokemon that we can do some stuff with too. That being either Palafin. Palafin I don't think works here. Amoonguss I don't think is super great here. I'm super keen on Hydreigon. I think that'll actually work here. Let's go for that. Yeah, it's a strong lead, I believe, because what'll the enemies do against a super fast? What's his name? Drednaw. I keep forgetting his name because I've never used it. I barely ever used it, but honestly, in this meta, it might actually be kind of good. Murkrow and Mousehold is going to come out first, so that means that Tailwind will likely be set. However, we do have Swift Swim to counteract the Mouse House. So let's Tailwind here, and then let's keep Rock type. We don't want to change out of our typing here, especially not against the normal type here. But we can go for the Rock Slide. Yeah, just on the two of them. Murkrow's going to use Tailwind, but so am I. But of course, the Mousehold does get the attack off first. That is doing, quick math, 15. That's doing like 18 damage. I should live this. Are you kidding me? 10 hits. That does make sense. It's 10 hits, and I had 167 HP. That's not so cuckoo bananas to me. Anyway, the Murkrow lives. I gave Eviolite Murkrow not as much credit, and I need to. I think that's just kind of what I need to do. I am going to send out the Hydreigon next. It has Choice Scarf, so I should be all right, right? But I think I do need to Tera Steel this. I'm going to use Iron Head on the Murkrow slot. No, I'm going to use Iron Head on the Mousehold slot, and then Liquidation on the Murkrow slot. If one of these swaps out, then they're taking a nasty damage that they don't want to take to the face. I do think that terastallizing the Hydreigon is always kind of what I wanted to do here. It just makes too much sense. It's unfortunate though that I didn't get the Tailwind off. And the way that I could have fixed that. Yeah, so this is why I went into Tera Steel, because I really don't want to take that population bomb damage. The reason that the way that I can fix that next time is if I protect on one side and do damage with the other side. I don't know why I see the play and I'm like, okay, we just need to do all the damage. We just need to KO all the Pokemon right now. But that's not how this works. Anyway, gonna lose a little bit of my HP there. We're gonna Flash Cannon. And that's a good night to the Mousehold. I'm hoping that one of the Pokemon in the back is Sylveon, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was not. It is. Awesome. Now, we haven't seen a terastallization on the other side of the field, so I feel like the right thing to do is not actually to keep in this Hydreigon. The right thing to do is to bring out it's not the right thing to do. I want to do it so badly. I want to do it so badly, but I feel like Make It Rain is just, it's too good. So we'll go for Flash Cannon on that. We'll go for Rock Slide on the two of them, and we'll hope it will be okay. I'm already Terra'd, so I can't Terra into grass to soak up this upcoming Hydro Pump, but it'll just do damage. Unfortunately, they are Tailwind, so they're going to outspeed. So this is kind of my only hope. Going to Terrastalize the Rotom into Electric type. That's fine. That is fine. I was worried that the Sylveon was going to Terra into Fire and ruin my day, but this is actually okay. I can Rock Slide and potentially flinch the Rotom. Will it happen? Rotom takes some damage. Rotom uses Discharge, unfortunately. And is that going to just... Yeah, it's going to KO both of them. Not great. I need to live my next hit. That's it. I believe the Goldengo is going to attack after both of these Pokemon. So... It is what it is, but I am choice specs. So Goldengo might pull out a win here. However, I'm honestly not sure. Let's Make It Rain on both of these folks. I'm super scared. If the Rotom goes for a Protect, then that's really bad for me as well. If the Sylveon hits a second Protect, then that's really bad for me as well. Rotom's going to go for the Discharge. That does a lot of damage because it's Terra Electric. That makes sense. And then the Yawn is... No. That's not going to work. I'm good as gold. We're going to Make It Rain. Oh, no. This isn't going to be enough. No, it's not going to be enough. I'm so sad. I was able to one-hit the Sylveon. I was not able to one-hit the Rotom. The opposing Tailwind is going to peter here, but I'm not sure if I outspeed this. I do. Wait a minute. Ooh. That's it. Okay. Wow. That was too close. That was way too close. But we got it. It was calculated. I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen the whole time. Anyway, that's the way that we win this. I know how to win this. I know how to play Pokemon. I'm really good at the game. Okay. Let's go into game 3 before I embarrass myself anymore. Let's go. Yeah, Goldengo's a little bit of a monster here, which makes me think that against Gohawk here, where two of their Pokemon don't want to be taking Steel moves, that I definitely want to be bringing Goldengo at some point. There is the little problem with the Kilowattrel right there, making it hard for my Pelipper to come out and set up. But that said, I could go and bring out the Drednaw and KO that with a Swift Swim Rock Slide. Now, what I should do, is I should fake out, and I say the word fake out, I'll come back to that. I should make it look like I'm not using the Pelipper in the lead and then swap into that so that I get the dynamic speed change. I can do 2 birds with 1 stone there by actually bringing in the Palafin and the Pelipper, but I feel like I want to, instead of the Palafin, bring in the Amoonguss, just in case they lead with Rotom. And they go for like they're not incentivized to go for a grass move, you know what I mean? I don't think I like that, though. I'm going to go for the Palafin, I'm going to go for the Pelipper, and I'm going to go for the Goldengo, because I'm just so hyped on Goldengo right now. I'm seeing the gold, my friends. I've got dollar signs in my eyes, and I say, you know what? I'm good as gold. I got to send it out. I got to make it rain. I got to do the thing, you know? Just got to use the Goldengo. Is that on purpose? That must be on purpose, right? Yeah, so here's the Rotom. Brought out the Palafin. This is... it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Because what I have to do now is I have to swap out into the Pelipper, and this is just going to accomplish setting up the rain. I'm not swapping out the right Pokemon right now. I need to use Rock Slide, but I think I also need to tear it into grass. Because if I Tera Grass, then I'm not going to be taking the 4 times effective damage from the upcoming, what is it, Leaf Storm? So we'll go for Rock Slide on the 2 of them. We'll swap Pelipper in. Now we should outspeed both the Kilowattrel and the Rotom Mow, which means it will either get a flinch potentially, or we'll just do a ton of damage. So here's the Drizzle. Here's the Terastallization. He's gonna get big. It's not gonna get big anymore. He's gonna get leafy. Big scary Drednaw. All right. The Rock Slide does connect on both, which is amazing. Kilowattrel is gonna go down to 1. It's gonna live with its Focus Sash there. And Kilowattrel is gonna go for the Tailwind. That's fair. Rotom chose correctly, used the Thunderbolt on that target, but you know, what I can do right now is just a nice and easy Palafin Jet Punch, you know? I think that my Drednaw does still outspeed the Rotom, so I can go for a Liquidation, I guess. What's the right thing to do? Rock Slide is the right thing to do. But we're going to go for a Jet Punch on the Kilowattrel because I want to take it out right now, if at all possible. Gotta hit it with a little bit of priority there. Yeah. So we take out the Kilowattrel. It's just 1 HP. Nothing to worry about there. But here comes the deciding factor. Yep. Rock Slide hits first. And that it's not going to take out the Rotom. Honestly, I thought that it would. But it is going to flinch it. Okay. We're lucky. We're lucky today. We are so lucky today. So the reason that I thought that it would KO the Rotom from here actually is because I believed that it would not count it as a spread move if it's just against the one Pokemon. I'm not going to worry about this at all. I'm going to hit this with a Liquidation. Yeah. And I'm going to hit the Garchomp with an Ice Punch. No, I'm not. I'm going to protect with both. What problem is there right now with protecting both of my Pokemon? The Garchomp can set up on me. But I'm, 1, trying to outlast Tailwind, and 2, trying to see if the Garchomp is going to Terastallize into anything. Which it's not. What's it going to go for? It's trying to go for a Rock Slide. All right, well, that's fine. I don't have to worry too much about that. The problem that I just showed here, though, is that now I just showed that I'm not choiced. I'm not choiced and I'm not assault vested. I gave my opponent a lot of information just now by doing this. But that's fine. We'll go for a Rock Slide and we'll go for an Ice Punch on the Garchomp. I almost went for an Ice Punch on myself. That would have been terrible. So now my opponent has the option to go for a Terastallization, but chose not to. But here's the issue as well, that my Pokemon are definitely underspeeding this Garchomp while it's in Tailwind. But that is going to be an Ice Punch, and Ice Punch is going to take that thing down. So no problem there. We're now 3 against 1. My friends, we're looking to get a quick 3-game sweep here, especially with the Tailwind petering out there, and I still have Swift Swim on the Drednaw. I always forget its name. We're going to go for Liquidation. Liquidation on the Grimmsnarl is going to do the most damage here. Wave Crash on the Grimmsnarl is going to do the most damage here. Why? Because we're in rain and we have water types here. Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to happen too. But either way, we're going to go for the Wave Crash. That should do a ton-ski of damage. Yeah, there it goes. Goodbye. Goodbye to the Grimmsnarl. That's the world champ difference right there. You want to talk world champ difference? That team is the world champ difference. Amazing. Amazing. Well, those were 3 very quick wins with this rain team. I'm loving rain, and you know what? I loved it at the beginning of Sword and Shield. I'm loving it at the beginning of Scarlet and Violet. Rain is fun. I guess I loved Rain at the end of Sword and Shield too, but for different reasons. Kyogre was nasty. Anyway, we're going to go and take a look at this team. We're going to see just exactly what makes it tick. Let's go and talk about it. Come on. All right, and here is the team in essence. It is a wonderful, wonderful Rain team, if nothing else. We've got the Pelipper, the Drednaw, the Palafin, the Amoonguss, Hydreigon, and Gholdengo. The real element of this team lies in the fact that you can change the weather, right? There's a lot of Torkoals out there right now. There's a lot of Tyrannitars out there right now. So there's a lot of sand and there's a lot of sun. Pelipper not really seeing a ton of play, and when it does, it's there for a reason, and this is the reason. It shows that Rain and changing the weather away from sun, or away from teams that are so circled around the sun, that it can just hard counter that. Pair that up with Palafin, who has an amazing offensive capability, who can terastallize into water to even further boost your wave crashes. Let's do some quick math here. Your wave crash does 120 base power, right? You terastallize into water, that's 240 base power, because terastallizing into your own type gives you 2 times the power. Then you've got the Rain, right? Rain increases your damage by another 50%. So from 240, you increase that to 360. Suddenly you're doing 360 damage wave crashes to your opponent. Hit a critical on that, and you're doing upwards of 500. Like it's amazing how much damage this Palafin can do, especially when you pair that with, I believe it's like 160 base attack, something like that. So once you get that hero mode going, it's great. And it's so great that you don't actually need to use Flip Turn on it. Usually you'd see Palafins with Flip Turn because 0 to hero, it needs to swap out to do that. But you know, if you can just let it survive by flipping it into a more tanky Pokemon, then you don't actually need to use Flip Turn at all. Right? And a tanky Pokemon there is in Amoonguss with Clear Smog, Spore, Rage Powder, Protect. It does have the Tera Fire, which means that you're going to be living against some things that it doesn't want to be taking, namely fire moves, right? You can terastallize into something that it won't be taking that much damage with. It does have Regenerator, so you can swap that guy out if it starts to take too much damage, swap it into something that can take some damage, and then bring Amoonguss back in later just to take more damage. The only thing that I'll say is if you're going up against other Amoongusses, like we were in the first game there, you don't want to be going into Terastal Fire, into Tera Fire, just because then you will not be the grass type anymore. And suddenly you're susceptible to spores, you're susceptible to rage powders. Not a good time. Drednaw was really good today. I wasn't expecting Drednaw to be as good as it was, but it's got a high attack stat. It does a lot of damage with Liquidation. It does a lot of damage with Rock Slide. And with Swift Swim, you get so much base speed that you're just outspeeding a lot of things, even in Tailwind, which is just crazy to see. Add a little bit of Life Orb onto that, add a little bit of damage onto that, and it'll do amazing damage for you. The Gholdengo is as good as gold. My friends, you terastallize it into Steel, you use Make It Rain, you destroy the whole world. That's how it goes. You make it rain, world explodes. Nothing bad I can say about that. Choice Specs is a great way to just do extra damage onto it. You saw in that one last game, I don't know if that was the last game anyway, or maybe it was the second game, I don't remember. Anyway, where the Rotom Mow still had quite a bit of damage on it, and I was -1 from using Make It Rain the first time. I used it again. It did more damage. I think because it wasn't a spread move anymore, it did that extra damage again. But anyway, that's a rabbit hole that I'll go into on my own time. You've also got Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, just so you can do some extra damage in case you need to. Often, personally, I'll just be making it rain all the time, but you know, you have the option there. And then Hydreigon, last of all, Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, Earth Power. You have 3 different possibilities for stab there, right? You've got Dark Dragon and Steel if you Tera into it. Does a ton of damage. It's super speedy because you have Choice Scarf, and if you want to make it even more speedy because of, you know, opposing Tailwinds, just set up your own Tailwind, and there you go. This team's great. I give it a Pokesports seal of approval. Team ID is right up there in the corner if you want to go see it, if you want to go check it out, if you want to go use it. I would suggest, again, disclaimer for all of these rental codes, make sure you just pull them as soon as you can, borrow them as soon as you can, because you don't know when the people will stop sharing it, either because they update it or they go into making another team. So if you want this team, then take it. Do it, my friends. Anyway, if you're also interested in the Pokepaste, you want to try it out on Showdown, we're going to do our best to get a Pokepaste down in the comments below, or down in the description as well. But yeah, I believe I've been talking for longer than I've been doing battles, so I'm going to stop that now. Thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah, have a great day. Wow, my Switch is going. All right, anyway, bye. Have a good one. Bye.